So what's good everyone, it's me Axiom, welcome for another YouTube video. And today we're going to be power scaling a specific verse, specifically ANS Life from Squared Media, or like Alex and Steve Life. And today we're going to be collaborating with a King Saki member. You may know him as Gray, so go give the man some support and yeah, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's finna start posting in it and try to be active in YouTube, like making power scaling videos and then Wish edits. And further on, we have more plans about King Saki and the collaborations on videos and Wish edits, so stay tuned for that. But for now, let's get started with the video. So we're gonna be scaling the main character of ANS Life, known as Steve. So when making a scale card, you often scale the categories of a specific character. The important categories when assigning a tier for a character are Cosmology, attack potency, destructive capabilities, and the scaling of the character and the feats of the character. Steve is one of the main characters of ANS Life. In ANS Life, there are 4 confirmed accessible dimensions, with the overworld in the middle, the nether in the left, and the end at the right. And of course the Aether dimension, which would be atop of both of them, proven from how the map portrays the dimensions containing the mobs that is known from that specific dimension, and it follows upon because of how there are 4 confirmed dimensions. So it's clear that ANS Life follows upon the Minecraft rules and Minecraft rule set within dimensions. However, it should be advanced because of the fact they have Aether dimension, which isn't a confirmed dimension in the game. And since the dimensions in Minecraft are all infinite, well, virtually infinite, people tend to argue that it's not infinite because there's an edge such as the world border. But however, it's been confirmed multiple times to be infinite. So in a sense, canonically it is infinite, but game mechanics wise it's not, because obviously you can't create a world or a thing in game that is infinite. But you still can prove that it's infinite in gameplay. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. You can't prove something is infinite within a gameplay, or at least a realm that is infinite within a game. Say for example, you spawn within a video game, right? And you walk on, just try to prove that there is no edge and that is infinite. However, if it is infinite, you're gonna walk on forever, for eternity, because there's no end. You can't prove that there's an edge because there isn't any edge. And for you to say, oh, there is an edge, I'll just have to keep looking, I just have to keep walking. Well, guess what? I guess you're walking forever. There won't be a time frame where you proved it's infinite, because it would mean that you reach infinity, which is unreachable due to the fact that infinity is there's no end in infinity, so it's literally unreachable. So the entire Minecraft cosmology, it's virtually infinite, canonically infinite. However, it's not infinite in a gameplay sense, just to let you know. That's the specifications here, that's the conditions meeting. And for evidences that ANS Life follows the Minecraft cosmology, in Animation Life there are characters external to ANS Life that also views the entire thing as a game, the game that being Minecraft. So logically, the ANS Life dimensions should follow the dimensions in Minecraft, which means all the dimensions in ANS Life would also be infinite. Now this is where it starts getting insane. So the dimensions in ANS Life should follow from the fact that it's a computer universe hypothesis. If you don't know what a computer universe hypothesis is, it's where the entire construction of a universe follows a computer simulation. So considering that ANS Life dimensions, well, being in the Minecraft servers or Minecraft, should follow because of the ontological cosmology being a computer model, the computer universe hypothesis is a direct contribution to the mathematical universe hypothesis, which is a property that the Type 4 multiverse have, or at least it's a condition that the Type 4 multiverse have. Now you're gonna ask me, oh well, this is contextual dependent. How does this, a computer model within a cosmological scale from a fictional narrative, apply over mathematical universe hypothesis? Because these two things can be differentiated or be distinguished. So the main rebuttal to this is to simply just put into question, how does this prove, while being computer universe hypothesis within a specific dimension from a fictional narrative, correlate or follow that all mathematical objects would be the same in this case? Because guess what, fictional narrative cannot postulate a Type 4 multiverse unless contextual dependency. But ANS Life actually has good enough evidence that supports the context. An example is the command block. So the command block in ANS Life, right, is shown to be able to affect the servers, right? within a server scale. As the owner of Hypixel, well, this guy he has particular authority of the entire server, which is Hypixel. So command blocks are shown and used by the owner of Hypixel to compute commands of the server to fix it from Herobrine affecting it. Command blocks in ANS Life can compute physical objects and change its fundamental laws, changing movement speeds, teleporting people, creating objects, kill people, summon mobs by commands. The command block portrays control of the servers and is portrayed by the owner of Hypixel that affects its computer model by commands. Then add things from non-existent. The reason why this proves MUH because it showcases CUH has an effect on things that have mathematical relations. Distance has mathematical relations. Teleportation has mathematical time frames, etc. So the owner being able to display affecting the server with a command block on the server scale to protect it from Herobrine, it means it's affecting the computer models and mathematical relations. If CUH exists, you need a likely explanation that postulates CUH has MUH correlation for it to be efficiently the case, affecting a computer universal model on a universal scale that also affects the general mathematical relations of the universe, which should add supporting evidence that some mathematics is somewhat involved in the CUH of ANS Life, especially considering that the universe that's mathematical is also computable. So a computable structure that with a universe warping device can affect its mathematical relations, then it follows Tegmark's Type 4 multiverse. And considering how it's more efficient to just accept this, considering it's a computable structure which also follows mathematical relations, right? If you argue contextual dependency, this should support it being more parsimonious to be believable, or at least accepted within this case of the scaling. So this should be applicable as to why Type 4 multiverse would be in the sense of ANS Life within the cosmological framework. And now it's time for the scaling the character. So Steve was capable of hurting Herobrine, right? In both Animation Life and the current ANS Life, Steve was capable of defeating Herobrine. In many times he able to make him struggle, even kill him in 2 separate occasions. So Herobrine, right, is treated as a threat to all of the servers in the Minecraft computer and stuff. He's also a threat to all dimensions stated in here, and in their recent fight, Steve and Herobrine was capable of shaking the Aether dimension. It states here that they can shake the earth and the skies. Do not say that this shit is planetary. Do not fucking say that. That is an argument that's so fucking stupid because it has no contextual basis whatsoever. Because Aether is a dimension or a structure that is specifically just floating islands in a sky, right? And these floating islands follows upon a looks of Earth at least. So this would follow upon the context of this being Earth and skies. And considering the fact that the battle occurred on Aether dimension, this is applicable. And since Aether dimension is the same dimension, while at least in parameters to the other dimensions, it would also be infinite and high outer versal. So Steve and Herobrine shook a high outer versal and infinite structure. So this in itself is already enough to scale Steve to high outer versal in attack potency and in strength and in durability. And now guys, I think my part is done. Let's let our goat Gray do the talking.
Is this thing on? Oh, wait. Oh, god damn. Hello everyone. It is Gray here, and I'm going to be collabing with Axiom. We're going to be talking about Steve or something. And I'm gonna be talking about his hacks and speed. So, well, to get started, Steve is apparently someone that doesn't do much of hacks and abilities. Mainly, he is capable of doing punches and kicks, and he does it very well. Well, really, Steve shines in terms of the weapon and arsenal category, not actually the hacks, in-hand hacks abilities amount of things that he can, like, I don't know, Goku shooting energy beams or something like that. He can shoot energy beams, right? Anyways, Steve's main arsenal are basically his swords and shields. And, well, he mostly uses his swords, but he can also use a variety of version of those swords, including iron and diamond, and well, sometimes very powerful swords, with one of them being Herobrine sword. And Herobrine's sword is capable of channeling lightning, so easily lightning manipulation, very cool stuff, whatever, man. He can also use items like fishing rods, ender pearls, fireworks, axes, and so much more. He has he has a damn shotgun for some reason. I don't know what this guy is even doing anymore. Steve also is capable of cheating death using stuff like the Totem of Undying, something that can give him immortality type 4, should probably be mentioned here. In terms of speed, Steve and basically every goddamn character in this series for some reason can move in the End Dimension, stated to be a place that has no concept of time and has been proven when things like clocks doesn't work in the end. And even if you don't believe that this is how you should interpret the scaling, Steve was also capable of fighting and keeping up with the speeds of the Ender King, who basically has instantaneous movement and could traverse through a dimension gap. A dimension gap? Whatever, man. Separated from space and time. This dimension has all connection with every places in the overworld, so Steve should still has irrelevant speed and some level of weapon and arsenal for his taxes.
Messing with my head.